yet another new car at the Mercedes stall in the Detroit Auto Show. This is the new CLS 53 AMG. This has the same 3-liter inline-6 turbo petrol engine with the EQ boost. What the EQ boost is, well, you can check out our other video, but I'm just going to quickly tell you guys as well. This engine is this inline 6-cylinder, and between the engine and the transmission, there is a starter generator electric motor. And this engine, this electric motor helps in boosting the engine power at low RPMs, for example, when setting off from the traffic lights, as well as things like when you're on the highway and you're going downhill and just coasting, the engine shuts off and the electric motor is enough to just maintain momentum. Plus, this motor runs all the auxiliary systems like the air conditioner and things like that. So there are no belts on the engine. I'll open the hood in a bit and I'll show you guys anyway. But come on, let's take a walk around. This being a new car, I think the design is a little bit different. They've gone to a different set of features. For example, I think the front nose has a little bit of a different design. In fact, from this angle, it kind of has a little bit of a resemblance to the Mustang. I mean, you can't really see it, but from this side, it kind of does. This also has the multi-beam LED headlights, which look really nice with that LED daytime running light on the top. The lower bumper is very strong and muscular, a lot of curvy edges and not so many straight lines. There are fake intakes. Well, there's design elements really because these are closed off. Towards the center, we have a large two-dimensional logo which houses the radar sensor for the adaptive cruise control and other driving systems. That is flanked by these two wings on either side of the three-point star. What do you guys think? Do you think this design is cool, or should they have stuck to the traditional E-Class type design for the CLS? Let's see what powers this CLS 53 AMG. This is a 3-liter inline-6 turbo petrol engine with the EQ boost, which I talked about earlier. This engine makes 429 horsepower on its own. With the electric motor, it makes an additional 21 horsepower. This is mated with the AMG Performance Speed Shift TCT 9G automatic transmission system, which is a multi-plate clutch, and it's a 4MATIC Plus, which means it's all-wheel drive. And while you're down here, you will notice there are no belts because, like I said, the electric motor is what runs the things such as the air conditioning and the other systems. Pretty cool, don't you think so? Let's take a look at the side. We have 20-inch, very menacing matte black AMG wheels, a large perforated ventilated disc with huge AMG brake calipers. Looks the business. Down here we have the turbo badging for the inline-6 turbo petrol engine and the 4MATIC Plus for the four-wheel drive. As you go down the side, you will notice that there is a glossy black finish to the rear view mirror casing. Roofline is very coupe-like, of course, it's the CLS. A sunroof over here, and like I said, the windowless doors over here with a soft close function. Let me demonstrate that. There you go. So it looks really cool. It's got a very long, arrow-like design, but in my opinion, towards the back, it kind of starts losing steam. I think this section over here seems a bit bulky. I think the overhang is a bit too large for my taste, and there just seems to be a lot of mass concentrated down there. But, I mean, it's a matter of personal taste, but I do like these really nice new rear taillights. The back of the CLS still retains that coupe design, but I think it's a lot more sleek now. It has a very nice sloping line to it. The hood is also sloping downwards, but at the end of it we have a nice tail spoiler over here. The the rear lights as well, are a little bit different than the E-Class Coupe or the S-Class Coupe. This design, the shape, it tapers inwards as it comes along to the back of the car. It's very different. I think it's a lot more elegant, something fresh. What do you guys think? Over here we have the CLS 53 badge, the AMG badge on the side, a large black rear diffuser made of plastic, and as usual with these AMG cars, we have twin exhaust casings, but the truth is, behind them there is only one actual exhaust tip. But it looks good, and at least they're not completely fake exhaust tips. This is not a hatch, this is just a regular trunk, but it's quite a cavernous one at that. You have a subwoofer over here, and goes in fairly long all the way inside. The loading lip over here is okay, it's not too bad. There's a little bit of a height, so you're going to have to lift your suitcases up over this when you're removing them. Some extra space down here, and a place to tether your bags, and of course tabs to fold the rear seats to put really long items. Let's hop inside. The first thing you guys will notice, you can look on your side, is the frameless windows. I always like that. I think it adds an extra classy touch to the car. Inside, well, first impressions, thanks to that really low coupe roofline, you don't have too much of headroom, to be honest. I'm 5'8" or 1.7 meters, and I would say this is roughly my driving position, more or less. And at this position, as you can see, I have just about enough headroom. Somebody who's taller than me might find it a little bit problematic. The seat is also in its lowest configuration. But apart from that, very familiar interior, very much like the E53 that we just saw earlier in this show. Squared sides on the steering wheel with a flat bottom, very Formula One-like, and the AMG speed shift transmissions, paddle shifters on the back, which have a nice clicking sound. It's always fun to use these shifters. Lots of carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is the name of the game for the interior of the CLS 53. Across the dashboard, down in the center console. As usual, we have the two display screens, which are controlled with the command unit down here. Air conditioning vents, circular in design, very typical of Mercedes nowadays. And your climate control buttons over here. Some hotkey buttons down here. Some storage, wireless phone charging, USB ports, and more storage and more USB ports down here. Let's take a look in the back seat. Frameless windows here as well. And I forgot to mention that this has a soft closing function for the door. So I just have to pull it close, and then it shuts automatically. Well, first impressions, unfortunately, like I said, in the front of the car as well, space is at a premium, I would say. I'm 5'8", this is set to my driving positions. These are the AMG Sport seats, by the way, with a lot of nice side bolstering. But anyway, I don't really have too much space to put my feet under the front seat. Knee room is actually not that bad, but the problem is, I think, with the headroom. I mean, they have scooped out the roof on the inside over here to help liberate some more space, but as you can see, I just about fit inside here, and that's not great news for people who are taller. And because of the roof, the low roof line over here on the side, getting in and getting out is a bit tricky. But if you're okay with that, and you know it's a compromise you're willing to make for the design, then I say go for it. On the plus side, though, you do have air vents and climate control settings back here as well. Some door pouches on the side. Nice sport seats materials, again with perforated in the middle and some Alcantara on the side. Central armrest with some cubby holes and cup holders, the usual stuff. This being the 4MATIC Plus, well, of course, even otherwise, there's a large transmission tunnel which runs right through the middle, so sitting in the middle seat is not the most comfortable, I'll be honest. You do have space for keep your legs if your passengers are willing to share their footwells with you, but the seat itself is a bit stiff, and because of the armrest, the back is also really hard because of all that plastic. So I think you're gonna end up fidgeting quite a bit in here. And again, headroom it's a bit of a hit and miss. So let us know, what do you guys think of the new design of the CLS, especially this front snout, which to me kind of looks like a Mustang, and the really large bulky overhang on the rear, which I think is a bit too much. You know, I can take it or leave it. Plus the interior space is not the best, but it's a very low car, it's a very sleek car, it's a very menacing looking car, especially in this grey color with these matte black wheels. I think it looks really mean, and that itself is a good enough reason for me to like it. But the real important takeaway for me is the new 53 engine, the 3-liter inline-6 turbo with the QC, the hybrid system, which we also see in the E53 Coupe and Cabriolet. I think it's a very interesting engine, and I think it's a good way for getting the best fuel economy as well as the best performance in an AMG car. What do you guys think? Let me know. Put it down in the comments below.